What's going on, boys? Welcome in. NASCAR show. This is the first one of the year, right? We didn't do one last week.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember last week.
Yeah, I don't think we did one last week. My back was destroyed. But we're here. We're here. What's going on, Coop?
Not much, man. I've just been sitting around watching an interesting qualifying/practice session. So, it was one of the more enjoyable ones, I must say, that we've seen in the last several years. And, all the talk last week was, these guys got to take it easy, They got to have their cars. They can't check them by risk of not having backup cars, et cetera, et cetera. Well, all that went out of the out of the plan this week, man. We saw a lot of cars spinning, so it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out tomorrow.
Yeah, if this practice is any indication, we are going to have like a 6-hour race tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of laps.
I don't know. I mean, it was interesting. You watched the Xfinity practice, you watched the qualifying for them, not a single issue whatsoever. And then, the Cup cars come out and bam, right away, 2 in the first couple laps. And then we've had a couple more spins since then. And, people say, well, it's the wind. Well, I'm sure the wind has something to do with it. But it was just as windy for the Xfinity drivers as it was the Cup drivers. And I think it just goes to show how hard these cars are to drive versus the Xfinity cars of what they've had last year and the prior years. And then also, I think they still got some groundwork to do on these tires, man. So we'll wait and see. And, it's going to be interesting to make it for fun.
So what was your takeaway from Daytona?
My takeaway from Daytona, I thought it was a good race. I thought that, they stayed bunched up much longer than what I anticipated from what I've seen in the, 150s in practice and things like that. But obviously, it's just going to be a work in progress throughout the entire year. You're going to see tweaks here and tweaks there to these cars to get them to where they need to be so that they can perform with more confidence with them. I think the drivers are still driving, really leery and not sure, what to do. I mean, we've heard, how easy it is to overcorrect on these steering wheels where, you don't have to give it as much of a turn as what you did in the prior years and stuff like that. So I think it's just, work in progress, but, I was pleased. But I think this week's the real test, because this is going to be more of what we see on a week in and week out basis.
What was the deal with the tires falling off the cars?
Well, I guess they just couldn't get them tight enough or, whatever. I have no idea what it is. I know, like everybody else, like the drivers not being comfortable, the tire changers are in the same predicament. It's the first time they've been changing these tires. And, before they, had them old tires, the 5-wheel nuts that they did year after year after year. And they knew without a doubt when it was on there and tight. Now they're, just second guessing themselves and stuff. So, just like anything, when you, start something fresh, you got to take your time and get used to it.
Welcome into the people in the chat. DB, Roke, Larissa, JW, Otter. Somebody asked, so is Kyle Busch out for Fontana? He's third in qualifying right now in the final round. So, no.
He's third in qualifying, but he has something wrong with his car. I don't know if his car is going to make it the entire race based upon what his comments
Yeah, but they have backup cars, don't they?
Yeah, they have backup cars, and I don't know if he's going to, choose to use one or not. If he does, he just goes to the end of the, line.
So what's wrong with his car? I didn't hear that.
I don't know technically. It was way above my head of what he was explaining when he was explaining it. But the bottom line of what I got out of it was it needs to go to the garage and be fixed. Something that he can't be done between now and the race. So I just worry if it's going to hold up.
Oh, that's not good, bro. He was my guy. He was my guy this week.
So,
fuck.
We'll have to wait and see. It's one of those things, man. I mean, they could go out there and
are they not allowed to work? They're not allowed to work on their cars after qualifying, right?
Nope.
Wow.
So, like I said, I mean, he can bring in a backup and he'll just go to the back, but he won't have any, laps on it.
Byron just spun around.
A lot of spins, man. Like I said, man. Did he save it though? I assume.
Yeah. What is the deal? You don't normally see. I know they didn't race at Fontana last year, but you don't normally see this at Fontana.
No, you don't. It's just all something getting used to. And we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, I mean, the cars are hard to drive, and I'm sure the wind doesn't help, but I think it's just a factor of the car being hard to drive and the tires.
You just devastated my soul with that Kyle Busch news scoop.
Sorry, man.
God damn it.
But it's something where, like, I think he could go out tomorrow and drive 150 laps and not have one issue at all, and then boom, all of a sudden he's done. I don't know. Or he could go out tomorrow and drive 2 laps and be done.
All right, so we're at Fontana. It's 2-mile track. I think the only other oval that's a 2-mile track on the circuit's Michigan, right?
Yeah.
That's it, yeah. So, but it's an intermediate track. I mean, I don't think it's a ton different from the 1.5-mile tracks, but I mean, it's one of 2 in NASCAR. What are your takeaways in terms of normal fuel mileage and tire wear at Fontana?
Fuel mileage, I think, is, 45, 48 laps, somewhere in that ballpark. I haven't really heard an estimate, but that's what I'm kind of guessing at. Maybe could be off. I have no idea. It might be over 50. But I do know the tire wear is huge. Whenever they can go into the pits, they're going to go into pits. They have 12 sets of tires. And, the pits are going to play a huge role tomorrow. We didn't get a lot of data off of last week. They weren't showing times as far as, how long the pit stops are taking, so on and so forth. And I do know tomorrow, I highly, highly, highly doubt if you ever see a 2-tire change. It's going to be 4 tires. So the tires are going to wear.
Yeah, it's a pretty rough track, definitely, texture-wise.
Very rough track.
So, I mean, what are you looking at, the normal drivers that excel when running on tracks where there's heavy tire wear?
That's really basically the only thing you can go off of. Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex, Kyle Busch. Larson will be there. Reddick should be there. I think Bowman is sneaky. He's won the last race here.
I know
he's getting better.
I was going to bring that up. I know that Bowman won the last race here, but if you take a look at like the Hendrick driver finishes at this track, they're underwhelming. They're not great.
No, they're not. But I mean, there were tracks last year they were underwhelming, and they were just
amen. Amen to that.
So, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, there's so much newness, so much unpredictability going on, and you also got to remember, what tomorrow is.
Tomorrow is February 27th, Coop.
Well, it's the 10-year anniversary of something special. And we were just talking about craziness. The 10-year anniversary of when Juan Montoya clobbered ran into one of the jet fuelers that was cleaning the track.
Juan
Remember that?
Montoya, is he the guy that used to drive the Target car, the red Target car?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember him.
He was
Yeah.
coming off the pit lane, man.
Yeah.
And something happened, something broke on his car, man, and bam, he just ran right into that, and all you saw was a fireball.
Yeah, Juan Montoya is Bubba Wallace caliber.
Yeah. So think, and hey, I tell you what, man, we got Bubba, we got him pegged. We said it last year. Bubba's no good unless it's a 2.5 mile track.
Under a half win.
That's the only track he's gonna win.
No, it wasn't under a half win. It was over under 31.5 races finished. Right.
Yeah. But he's only good on the 2.5 mile tracks, man. He's still adjusting and learning how to drive the cars on the other formats. But I tell you what, man, that orange car with the white Wheaties logo, that thing was nice, man. I really liked that. It was nice.
Nikolai said the futures for wins per driver this year are out of control. I set my own the other day on Sunday on the show. Me and Coop were going back and forth, so I didn't even see the futures. All I knew was that Larson was half what we got him last year, and I was like, I'm good.
Yeah. So, and then I can tell you one other thing that I've learned, that I feel very confident in saying.
What's that?
After the day. Stewart Haas Racing.
Why?
Down the two. Dude, their cars were freaking slow today. I mean, we only didn't see a lap out of Harvick, but the other three, really slow. So nothing's changed since last year.
Why didn't Harvick drive?
I hit the wall. First lap.
Yeah, I turned it on like 10 minutes late.
Yeah, hit the wall. First lap. Him and Chastain. Two separate incidents. Chastain's car is really bad.
So what do we think? Now, obviously, Cindric, rookie, we bet him a lot on the Xfinity Series. He gets the win at Daytona. But me and you both didn't think that if he was going to win a race this year, it was going to be a road course. That's what we both figured. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, he made a statement yesterday. I know it's a lot of luck involved in Daytona. I get it. But if he races well here, I mean, that's a good car. He's in a good car. They gave him a shot.
Well, the thing is, last year he was in a good car too in Xfinity, and he had some good races, and then he had some really bad races also. So that's what kind of surprised me with last week in Daytona was maybe that car is like really, really, really good, really good.
Yeah. It's like Hendrick just keeps spinning. Elliott goes around. I think
that's about what eight cars that have spun.
Yeah, and I think 3 out of the 4 were Hendrick. All right, so let's talk about from a betting perspective. I know for our subscribers in the Discord, you were high on Kurt Busch, and obviously that makes sense to me. I mean, in 27 races at California, he's been in the top 10 14 times, been in the top 5 8 times. So I know that you found an outlier at 33-1, but you ended up buying out, right? Because what did they think? Problem with the car?
He failed inspection 3 times last night. That's passed the 4th time.
How can you fail? How do you fail inspection 3 times?
You're just pushing the limits, man. I mean, that's what these cars do. Is what these teams do. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that says if you don't fail inspection, you're not trying.
So is he going? Is he going to lose his crew chief?
Yeah, he lost his crew chief, and then the other thing is he has to do a pass-through penalty like Hemrick did last week.
So he's going to lose a lap.
Probably. But, based upon what we saw today, I don't think it's going to be a problem getting it
No.
back.
Yeah.
But, my thought was, obviously, when I cast it out last night, I had no idea, what was going to happen today. And, it looks like he was going to get it back pretty damn easy. My thought was, hey, it's going to take him a little bit of time. We'll be able to see what kind of car he actually has. And the number on him is not going to change, So we can still jump back in. I just thought from like a betting perspective, it's not very good, smart EV, negative EV probably, to place a bet on a driver who could potentially be, a lap down. So when I could get it back, basically at the same price.
I think that we didn't have this problem last year because there was no qualifying really in practice. But I think that you and I might have to change the time of the show because we're coming on during practice when they pull the odds off the board every week now.
Hey, I have no problem with that. We can do it later. So, I know most of the odds anyways. I know most of what I wanted to do. So I look at this damn shit every night,
Maybe we do it on Friday night. It sucks because we're going to miss practice probably most times.
We just do it Saturday night and kick the MMAers to the side, man.
Look out. Look out.
Speaking of MMA, man, I didn't get no love from you for my Misha Tate, man. No girl took it down this week.
Oh, she won. Yeah, my sister told me.
Yeah, man. Who knows, man? Maybe that's my sign, and I need to watch some MMA now.
Yeah, well, you could watch it tonight. I got plays on the spreadsheet.
But yeah, I don't know, man. That was the only bet I placed so far this week. I have one that I really like, so we'll go forward. But other than that, man, I didn't see a lot out there that I was like, boom, I really want to jump onto that, So, we'll have to wait and see. There's just so much unknown right now, man.
Yeah. That's why I said I thought it would take us about 6 to 8 weeks to really get going. We hit the duels, we hit the Clash, and we didn't cash at Daytona, but that's not a surprise. We didn't cash last year at a super speedway. Except Pocono, actually. They consider Pocono a super speedway. So technically we did hit a super speedway last year. But Talladega and Daytona are not kind to me and you.
But I feel like we were farther ahead this year in that particular race as far as being able to win versus what we were last year.
Yeah, I'll buy that.
We had some drivers who could win. Last year we had issues, placing bets and issues that point. But we'll wait and see. So, but Kyle Larson opened up as the favorite. What do you think about that, man?
I think that if we're being objective, if there's nothing wrong with Kyle Busch's car, he should be your odds-on favorite at this track, based on his body of work at this track and based on at least how he's looked in the first few races this year. He's got a good whip. I think skill-wise, he's probably the second best driver after Larson. So I would make Kyle Busch the favorite in this race personally, but I don't know. He wasn't, though. I think he was second or third choice.
Yeah, Kyle Busch was second from what I saw, but so look at it from this perspective too. I do a lot of DFS work and things of that nature, and from a DFS perspective, the traditional piece of this race is it's a two-dominator race, meaning two drivers traditionally have led the most laps in this race, and both of those drivers have always started in the top 10. So do you think Kyle Larson can get it done starting outside the top 10 based upon history?
So you're saying that based upon history, no driver has won starting outside the top 10? Is that what you said?
Well, I don't want to say no because they've had a lot of races here, and I don't go back to every single race because I don't think what happened in 1998, has anything to do with today. I usually go back, of the
I don't even think car. Yeah, I don't even think more than like 3 years.
Yeah,
probably.
I go back 4 to 5 at most. Just
Yeah.
to try to see if there's a trend and stuff like that. And the trend here is 2 dominators, both of them starting in the top 10.
So Kyle Busch and who's the other one? Denny.
Yeah, but I can also tell you, all right, that we could probably go back to every single Auto Club Speedway race, and they might have had more spins and more wrecks today than what they had in all 28 other ones combined when it comes to qualifying and practice. So,
You know what
that could buck the trend.
The play I kind of liked, actually, Coop, they were disrespecting Kyle Busch so much in the head-to-head matchup against Kyle Larson. He was like plus 130.
140. Yep.
I mean, what? I'll take that 140 all fucking day.
Yep. I got that written on my phone to talk to you about, man.
Yeah. Bro, we think the same way.
I was like, man, that's that number, and based upon his history, you're not going to put $1,000 on it, man. But something that could happen, man.
It's hard to not take it. It really is.
When you're getting plus numbers that well on a driver that good, I mean, you almost have to take it.
Yeah,
even though up against the best driver.
Did you see any top 5s or top 10s that you liked at DK before the odds went down? I can't believe the fucking odds went down on us. God damn it.
No, I did not. So I think, the DK is really tight, man. Their person who does their lines is, I would say he or she or that computer or however it works, it's pretty sharp, man.
He's been getting raped by us for 4 years, 3 years.
But yeah, I didn't see anything there. There was one matchup on there that I was intrigued about, and that was Kurt Busch against Chris Bell, Ross Chastain, and Chris Buescher. Obviously liking Kurt Busch.
Kurt Busch against Chastain, Buescher, and who?
Bell. But all the other ones that I saw on there, the only other one, and I kind of had that same thought that you were talking about with Kyle against Kyle straight up, was the groups. Kyle Larson is like a 160 in his groups.
Yeah, I saw
up against Denny, Kyle, and I'm not sure who the other one was.
I saw
Kyle for like 345.
I saw that exact one that you're talking about. Busch was like plus 320, I want to say.
It was over 300.
Yeah, I think that I came away from it saying I'll gladly take Kyle and Denny against
I don't know if it was it was Larson and somebody else.
I think it was Truex.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember, but all the other groups, there was like another driver in there that kept me away from really focusing on one other driver, and then the odds weren't really good enough to take 2 of them. So that's why the Kurt Busch one kind of stood out for me, because this track's always been about long run speeds, and it's a mirror image of Atlanta as far as being able to have speed on the long runs, and that's what Kurt Busch does.
Who struggles here? Marty. Average finish through 20 races. He's got an average finish of 18th.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising. And, Denny Hamlin's numbers aren't that great either when you look at it.
Yeah, but in the last 3 years, though, since 2019, Denny's like 3rd overall.
Yeah, but, his numbers
are only 2 races.
Yeah. Somebody, we haven't talked about that I really like.
What do you expect from Penske?
Well, that's where I'm headed, actually. is Ryan Blaney. He ran well here the last couple of years. You've got to take away the finish positions because he's had some issues, and those issues happened to when he was running in the top 5. So if you look at Michigan, he does really well at Michigan, if you want to look at it that way. He won one of the Atlanta races last year, which is tire tread, where the management. And then, it's really weird because if you look at like this track in Atlanta, they kind of sync up. But then you look at Darlington and Homestead, he's not very good on those tracks when it comes to tire wear. So that's why I've been trying to, look at like a lot of Atlanta versus this track, and not as much Darlington and Homestead. But I really like Ryan Blaney, and I think I haven't done it yet. I think I'm going to put him in as a top 4.
He hasn't been great at 2-mile tracks either. Through 7 starts since 2019, I think he's got like one win and a few top 5s. Actually, I guess that's
what I said.
What?
I said you got to get rid of his bad results, because his bad results happened when he was running in the top 5. Like your buddy the Rat took him out one year.
Oh, that's not my buddy. So you slow the fuck down over there.
If you take away those numbers, he's consistently here in the top 5. So I think I might be taking advantage of Ryan Blaney. And I think also when you looking at top manufacturers, I think Ford's the one to pick on, because if you go Chevy, you have all the Hendrick cars that you got to choose from, and then you can't count out the RCR cars either. And then obviously Toyota, you just got 3 or 4 drivers that are tough, and it's like picking against the Hendrick team. So I think with Ford, it's much easier. Logano traditionally isn't that great here.
He had a fast car today, though.
Yeah, he did. Keselowski, he's a wild card up in the air. My feelings on Kevin Harvick. And then after that, it just takes, somebody else wild and crazy to be in the top 10 Fords. So that's why I like the Blaney pick the top 4.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the second level guys. What do you expect from our guy Tyler Reddick tomorrow?
I expect by the end of this year, and we'll go back and we'll clip this video, you just call Tyler Reddick a second level guy, because at the end of this year, I think he'll be at the first level.
In fairness, I did take the over on his wins. Okay.
Yeah, we both did.
Yeah.
We both did.
We're big Tyler Reddick guys here at the Keg. Big Tyler Reddick guys.
But no, it wouldn't surprise me if he comes out and wins tomorrow, and the thing that I liked, what I heard from Tyler Reddick today when I interviewed him, the announcer was talking about how, squiggly and wiggly and hard these cars are to control. I ain't having no issues with so far as what his response was.
His driving style is like he rides the wall. He likes to, like Kyle Larson. How do you think that fits this track?
That's a good question. I think you can do it. I don't know if you can do it the whole race. And that's one of the great things about this race, is there's so many different lines that the cars can go on. And, you can try so many different lines. If it's not working, try a different line. If it's not working there, try a different line. So, it's not like when you get these 2 groove tracks, man, you got option A or option B. Here you got A, B, C, and D. So, you can keep trying and trying until you hit it, which is great. But it's hard to tell. I don't know if we're going to see them rim walling like you do in a Darlington or like a Homestead around the whole track. But I think they're going to get up there at some point. And, and run it. And I like Tyler Reddick tomorrow, man.
I do too.
So, but again, like going against Top Chevy, I can't pick him. Going in
You
the
know,
groups,
you know what though? I have a feeling that you and I, like last year, most weeks, what would come out of our mouth that would surprise like the average NASCAR fan would be how high that you and I were on Will Byron and Bowman last year, right? This year, it seems like that guy is Tyler Reddick, doesn't it?
Yeah, I agree. Like, there's three drivers I've said, over the last month that I'm really high on this year, and Tyler Reddick was one of them, basically to be, most improved and get to that next level. The other one, I think Ryan Blaney takes that next step, and
Oh,
I
I already consider Blaney in that first tier. He might be at the back of the first
tier,
yeah, but he's in the first.
Right. I do too. That's why I said I think he takes that next step and he competes for the championship this year. And then I think the third driver is your boy Kyle Busch. I expect big things out of him this year. Yeah. And if not, I'm just going to blame it on you.
Bro, we got the sign. He's due for a big year.
Kyle,
he's going to have a big year. Oh, there's the Bubba Wallace guy saying Bubba got second last week. He's going to be on a big run this year. Listen, Bubba Wallace guy, I want to know, how do you change your YouTube name to buy Keg's package for $39.99 and then not be a subscriber? I mean, come on, man. What are we doing?
But yeah, DK should have more when they come out. They should have the manufacturers out and things of that nature. MGM has them all out, and I was thinking about maybe Toyota plus 210 for the win. I don't know. I just can't do it. Hendrick was like minus 110 or something like that. But sneaky picks tomorrow. You have any sneaky picks you like tomorrow?
I mean,
deeper than Tyler Reddick.
I was really high on Kyle Busch this week. I thought I was gonna bet him. I thought he was gonna win. I really did. Now I don't know. I like that matchup. If we can get him in that plus 130 range. But now, would you bet that now?
I don't think I can now.
Right.
You're gonna have to go back and find that clip, man, where he talked about his car. He did not show much positivity.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to after the show tonight. I'm gonna dive back in to find another guy that I like besides him. I was really gonna ride him strong tomorrow.
Somebody, I can't make any bets from him, but I like him in DFS is Harrison Burton. The 21 car has been solid here, and then if you look at Harrison Burton over his Xfinity career on high wear tracks. When it comes to tires, he did very well. He won a race here too. So, I think he could come up, but like his top 10 number is only 230 or something like that. And I'm not paying. I wanted like 400 or more for Harrison Burton. Come on, man.
What do you think? What do you think Ross Chastain does tomorrow?
Maybe nothing. I mean, his car is destroyed. I don't know what kind of backup car they have and how much they put focus into it or not, but we'll have to wait and see. I mean, it used to be to where, you could say, hey, it's no big deal if you wreck these cars, because the backup car is just as good as the primary cars, I don't know. I don't feel confident saying that this year based upon, what we're hearing and seeing. So it could be a long day for him.
Do you think that Chris Bell is at the point where he should be minus money to finish in the top 10?
No.
That seems absurd to me.
Yep.
Tyler Reddick is minus 160 to finish in the top 10. Last year we were betting him at like plus 160 to finish in the top 10.
Yeah, I think Chris Bell should probably be maybe 130, 140 tops to be a top 10. So
that's where they have Austin Cindric is plus 130.
Yeah. I can't take Austin Cindric this week. He hasn't been good on these, tires, wear management tracks, but Speaking like you were talking about top 10, like DK has top 20 bets out.
Yeah.
Like, who in their right mind is betting these top 20 bets? Like, they're all horrible, man.
Who's going to bet minus 310 that
Right.
Kyle Busch finishes in the top 10? I'm not going to bet that.
Oh,
That's absurd.
and then I'm not going to bet that Josh Bilicki is going to finish in the top 20 either at plus 110 because that's about the best damn number you can get.
If I said to you in no such order, give me the top 5 cars tomorrow that finished the race, who would your 5 be?
You mean you want like the winner and then second, third, fourth, and
Right.
fifth, or do you want like who does well and then I don't care if they wreck out or not?
Just like whoever you think wins and second, third, fourth, fifth. But they don't have to be in any order. Just the top 5 cars tomorrow.
Top 5 cars tomorrow. Ryan Blaney, Kyle Larson, Alex Bowman, Tyler Reddick, and Denny Hamlin.
All right, I'm gonna say Logano, Hamlin, Larson. I'm gonna assume that Kyle Busch is okay and say Kyle Busch. And I think like Bowman, Byron, Reddick are all in that. Blaney,
Yeah.
I think they're all in that group for like that last spot in the top 5.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't put
Byron.
Kyle Busch in. I didn't put Kyle Busch in there because I don't have confidence that his car is going to make it. If I had no idea about his car, he would have been in that group for me.
I got to find that clip. Prerace will have that.
So, but we'll have to wait and see. Anything on this Xfinity race you got coming up?
I think that Ty Gibbs is going to be really hard to beat this year. But I'm going to watch it. I don't know. I'm not betting anything yet, but I'll get involved live.
I threw a little bit out there.
What?
So, I don't think Ty Gibbs has that great a day. I think he might have a top 5. This is his first race, I think, on high tire wear tracks, maybe other than a Homestead. I don't know if he's done Darlington, Atlanta, and he's obviously not done here. So I think if it gets done today and if Ty Gibbs gets it done today, it's a really bad sign for everybody else because I think it's more the car than what it is the driver. So he wasn't that great in practice, in his qualifying lap, he had some issues handling, and that's what held him back a little bit. So, but I think I'm gonna look at AJ Allmendinger, but I don't know if he has the long run speed. He's been decent here in the past. He has, I think, good short run speed. Obviously, Allgaier, who's not starting well, but typically he has really good long run speed.
What do you think about Josh Berry?
Noah Gragson, I don't mind. I think he's done well here in the past. Deep inside of me, it tells me I want to watch Josh Berry today because I think he's somebody we got to watch. Matty Ice isn't as high on him.
I think he's good, man.
Yeah,
he worked really well last year.
Yeah, but Matty Ice isn't as high on him solely, I think, because of his lack of experience here. And when you think of Josh Berry, you think of the short tracks or shorter tracks. But he is somebody I'm going to definitely keep my eye on. But the guy I bet was Trevor Bane.
Trevor Bane? Why?
He has a very good car when it comes to raw speed, and he had the best 15 lap speed.
He's the same exact odds as Berry, 14-1.
I got him at 18-1 on FanDuel.
Okay.
So, and then if you really look at it, MGM, or before I got on, they took their odds on Josh Berry, on Trevor Bane all the way down to 600. So DK, I think he was still 14 when I got on here, and then I hit him at 18 on FanDuel. So
I think FanDuel group number 2 sets up well for how you think this race is going to go. Blaney and Bowman over Truex and Byron.
Yeah, Byron's a wild card for me tomorrow. I mean, we know he's really fast on fast tracks and all that, and he's going to have speed. I'm just worried about what's going to happen to William Byron after 15 laps, 20 laps, and things of that nature. He hasn't been a great, long run tire wear management type of driver so far in his young career.
Group 3 is Logano, Harvick, Reddick, and Keselowski. I would probably take Logano and Reddick over Harvick and Keselowski there.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, like here they have this head-to-head. Like, who's paying minus 215 for Ryan Blaney?
I'm looking at it.
Come on.
I'm looking at it right now. It's absurd.
Like, I wonder how much handle they've gotten on that.
Kyle Busch is down to plus 110 now against Larson at FanDuel.
I want to say it was DK who was given the better odds, though.
Yeah, I saw plus 135.
Yeah, I agree with you. I saw it there too. So, I don't mind taking a stab almost at Chase Elliott over Denny Hamlin. So, but I'm not going to do it. I wouldn't blame people if they did do it.
Yeah, I'm looking at these matchups, trying to give the people something. I don't even see anything available worth betting right now because I don't know the state of Kyle Busch.
Yeah, the one I feel comfortable with is Ryan Blaney, top Ford. It was plus 230 at MGM. I'm going to look and see what it is when DK opens it up because they should have their top manufacturers out tonight when they open back up or after that later tonight. But, I feel real confident in Ryan Blaney tomorrow being the top Ford.
Yeah, he's minus 170 at DK against Cindric. They're starting to put lines back up slowly.
Oh, on DK they are?
Yeah, all Hendrick Motorsport cars to finish in the top 10, and they're only offering you 3.5-1. No, thank you.
Right. What would it have to be for you to take that?
All 4 cars in the top 10, probably 15-1.
Okay. I was going to say 12.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Oh man, we lost out on it, Jay.
What?
That group that we were talking about with Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, and Kyle Busch.
Why?
Kyle Busch is down to plus 260. He was over 300, man, in that.
He is at DK, though. I mean, at FanDuel.
Oh, it is on. Okay. Because on DK, I'm looking at it now. He's plus 260.
Yeah, he's over 3 on FanDuel.
Mm-hmm. And then, this is the deal with the other groups. Like, the next one is Ryan Blaney against Truex, against Bowman, against Byron. Like, that's just a toss-up, man. Obviously I feel the best about Blaney, but, I don't feel that great about him when it comes to against Truex and Bowman, with Bowman being a defending champion here. And then Truex, obviously, his results aren't that great, but, he's very good on managing his tires. So here's one. let's see. Is Bubba Wallace man still in?
Probably.
Does he have enough conviction in Bubba Wallace to take him at plus 150 against Chase Briscoe?
Say it again.
Bubba Wallace is plus 150 against Chase Briscoe.
So Briscoe is what, like minus 185?
180. I actually don't mind taking Bubba because Bubba showed some speed today. Chase Briscoe did not show any whatsoever.
I mean, who is going to lay $1.80 on Chase Briscoe? I don't care if he's racing me.
Yep. I actually don't mind that, to be honest with you, because they were bad, Stuart Haas.
All right, we are going to change the time of this show next week, boys, so we don't run into this problem. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what to think about Kyle Busch now. Coop got off Kurt Busch because of the issues in inspection. So, like, our pre-race thoughts going in got a little discombobulated, but we told you the drivers that we were going to be looking for tomorrow.
Yeah. I like Ryan Blaney, and I still like Kurt Busch.
I will throw a play on my Twitter account, on the Rum Pure Bets Twitter account tomorrow, something for you guys after I could see the lines back up again. And then going forward, we'll just make sure we have the lines up. Didn't deal with this last year. All right, in about 10 minutes, I'm going live for the KegCast subscribers all night. Tomorrow, Coop and I are going to kick off the NASCAR year on the Rum Pure Bets YouTube channel. It'll be a free show, and then we'll be back to normal next week, obviously behind the paywall. And that's it. So I'll see you in about 10 minutes for the KegCast subscribers. We have UFC tonight. Gavin's going to be on, so we'll have some college basketball going. We have the race, which starts in about 15 minutes. Coop might join later on. Should be a fun time. Aside from that, hope your action runs pure this weekend, boys. And I'll see you soon. Later.